You guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. Um, I want to talk about something. Um, Today is April 29th of 2026. And it's 6:24 p.m. Okay. Now, I did a reading on I think his name was David. Um Hold on. Wilcox. Okay, I think that's his name, Wilcox. I want to say something. I think his name is David. Yeah. Um, so somebody put something in the comments below, right? And it was very interesting what they put in the comments below because I talked about this in one of my other videos, okay? Now, I talked about this man from Africa. Um, he was a spiritual leader, an African avatar, and they called him the Black Jesus, okay? Now, there's other stories um besides his story that I've heard of a Mexican lady, okay? She could heal with her hands, okay? Um she had healing hands, okay? Um she would do operations with her hands or heal a part of the physical body with her hands, okay? Um Now some of these stories are only talked about in the biblical sense or passed down generational, okay? So let's talk about him. Um, so I think it was David Wilcock. I hope I'm saying his name right. David. We're gonna talk about Simon Toko. Okay. Um, yeah, David Wilcock, and I want to go to Simon Toko's story. So David Wilcock was told not to talk about Simon Toko. Now, if you don't know Simon Toko's story, I'm going to read you his story, okay? Now, do I believe this is one of the reasons why he said that he was warned not to talk about the Black Jesus, okay? If you go to Europe, a lot of like Mary Magdalene, um, they're over there worshiping. The Mary Magdalene is black. The Jesus is black. Okay. Only in America, hey, that the Jesus looks white. Okay. You go to Europe, it's black. Okay. You're not gonna see you're gonna see black people. Okay. Hey you guys, okay, black people, okay, dark skinned people, okay. Um, I knew a story, okay. Now I don't know the Mexican lady's name. We're gonna look it up after we talk about Simon Toko. But there was and I did talk about Simon Toko. Somebody put in my comments the Jesus from Africa, right? And I did talk about him in one of my videos, saying that there's a man that comes out of Africa that was a spiritual healer, right? And he would not die. Okay. So today we're going to look at Simon Toko's energy. Okay. Now I'm reading this as a seer, as an oracle, as a jelly, as a storyteller. When I say jellies are storytellers, right? Where you pass stories down from generation to generation, generation, generation. So Simon Toko was born February 24th of 1918 in northern Angola. He's remembered as a spiritual leader, an African avatar who reportedly performed performed miracles. Okay. He performed miracles. Do I believe this is true? Yes. The reason why I know this is true is because there's a Mexican lady that could do the same thing. Okay. Um, he performed miracles, survived multiple assassination attempts, and inspired a devoted following. Okay. So he had a following, okay, like Jesus and the disciples. Okay. Simon Toko was born in a modest community in northern Angola known as the village of Celestial Mountains. Okay. He was born in a village known as Celestial. Okay. Celestial Mountains. Okay. We're going to go back to the Celestial Mountains. Okay. From an early age, he displayed remarkable spiritual insight and abilities, including healing the sick, predicting future events, and demonstrating a profound connection to higher spiritual realms. His life unfolded during a period of intense um, uh, colonized oppression, particularly under Belgian and Portuguese authorities, which shaped his mission and his challenges he faced. Okay. I have a picture of him here. So they tried to take him out. Okay. He was out here performing miracles, he was healing people. Now, there's healers in every culture. Okay. There is a lot of Simon Tokos. Okay. A lot. Right. He is known as the Black Jesus. Okay. He will not die. Okay. Um, Toko's life is marked by accounts of extraordinary survival and supernatural acts. I want to buy his book. I don't know if he has a book out, but I want to buy it. Okay. Um, Eyewitness reports that he survived multiple assassination attempts, including being tortured, decapitated, and dismembered, only to rise from the dead fully healed in one instance. His body was reportedly chopped by a tractor, yet he walked away unarmed. Another account describes a Portuguese hospital removing his heart during surgery. He allegedly asked for a bag and left completely unharmed. These events contribute to his reputation as a figure, suppressing even the miracle attributed to Christ. Now, a lot of people cannot accept this because, one, he's a Black man. Okay. And all your life, you've been shown this white Jesus. And I'm going to tell you what's so crazy. In America, people are worshiping and serving a white Jesus. And you go anywhere in the world, Europe, even the Caribbean, they don't have a white Jesus. Okay. Some might, some might not. Okay. They have black. Okay. The Madonna is actually black too. Okay. I have a picture of the Madonna. She's black. Okay. Um, So I'm going to finish reading. And a lot of people can't accept this, but they can't stop what's coming. Okay. I'm going to get there to what I'm seeing coming. Okay. So Toko's life is okay. So he had several attempts on his life. Okay. Spiritual leaders in Toko's church. Simon Toko founded a spiritual movement often referred to as Toko's church, blending Christianity teaching and indigenous spiritual practices. Okay. I want to repeat this one more time for you guys. Toko's church blended Christian teachings with indigenous spiritual practices. Indigenous. Okay. You guys can go out here and believe these people out here. But if you have ever encountered an indigenous person, they always foresee the future. And they're always right. Okay. Not just indigenous, but we have the Hopis and the Dogons. Many and I want to do a reading on Sitting Bull. Okay, they foreseen the future. They talked about these times that we're in right now, but they can't stop what's about to come. Okay, and I'm going to explain what I'm seeing. Okay, so Simon Toko founded a spiritual movement. Okay, his sermons frequently include healing, vision, and prophetic insight. Nobly in 1949 in Kinshina, he reported uses symbol gestures to predict the Belgian colonial exit in 1960, conducting with Congo's independence. Followers also recount witnessing hundreds of angels battling. Okay. Um, battling tearing powers during their prayer session. I remember when I was in a church and those angels appeared. Okay. I'll never forget it. And they appeared with it looked like gold dust. Okay. There has been a spiritual battle for a very long time, my friends. This is one that some of you guys don't see, some of you guys may see, some of you guys may feel it. Okay. For a very long time. Divine protection and angelic intervention. Toko was believed to maintain a profound connection with celestial beings, including angels and cherubims. Okay. If you look at the one photo that I put, some of you guys have wings. Okay. Some of you guys can't see your wings, but you have wings. Okay. I'll never forget when I was in my room. There's different types. Okay. Hey, new beginnings. Some of you guys have wings and don't even know you have wings. Okay. A lot of you guys have supernatural abilities and you don't know it, or you're being suppressed. Okay. From knowing it, and you're being suppressed from using it. Okay. But if you have it, use it. Okay. It's nothing wrong with using it. Okay. So who protected him from death and guided his mission. See, when you are or when you're really chosen, okay, listen to what I'm saying. A lot of people out here say they're chosen. Okay. The chosen will be protected. Okay. Until whatever they're here for is finished. Okay. So yeah. Um double confirmation. There's something about to come, and I'm about to tell you guys. Let me finish reading this, okay? Togo was believed to maintain a profound connection with celestial beings. Okay. A lot of you guys are celestial beings. Some of you guys have connections with celestial beings on a daily basis. Okay. Including angels and cherubims and interdimensional beings. Okay. I'm going to go in depth in that one. Okay. Who protected him from death and guided his mission. See, he was here. I'm going to get to that. During the 1960s, he reportedly summoned an army of angels to confront the committee by the Belgium Endomites in Congo, who had enslaved and tortured millions. His actions were seen as fulfillment of biblical prophecies, particular Isaiah 40:31, symbolizing renewal strength for those who wait upon. Okay, so what I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to finish reading this. So his legacy, okay, even after his natural death. Now I want to look into his energy. Okay, I'm just going to give y'all what I'm reading. I think he has a book out. I want to get the book. Okay. Um, and I will be printing his picture up with Aunt Caroline and many others. Okay. Um, Even after his natural death, Simon Toko is said to continue appearing to selected individuals um, in forms and dreams, transcending the boundaries between life and afterlife. His life remains a testimony to his resilience, spiritual power, and enduring influence of faith under oppression. Toko's story has inspired countless followers and continued to be a subject of fascination to scholars and spiritual seekers alike. Okay. Now, I talk about a lot of spiritual people on my channel, like Aunt Caroline. A lot of you guys don't know about Aunt Caroline. A lot of you guys don't even know about Marina Sabata. And there was a Mexican lady. Okay. She could put her hands on you and heal any body part of yours, your heart, your liver, your kidney. Okay. She had healing hands. It's a true story. I believe they took her life too. Okay. Just like Marina Sabata. Okay. They took Marina Sabata for entertainment purposes. If her family's watching my page, I send my condolences. When she came through, my whole face turned. Okay. Because I was channeling. I'm a trans medium. Um, I can channel them. Okay. And you see her face, not my face, her face. And she was talking, okay? Um, wasn't me. It was Marina Sabata. And if you don't believe me, go to that video. It's a short, and you can even go to the reading, but the short, you can really see Marina Sabata's face. It's real. Okay, it's real. Aunt Caroline, I remember channeling her. Aunt Caroline, I channeled her a long time ago. Okay. Now, the reason why I like channeling spiritual people and I don't worry about the fake celebrity world is because people that read on celebrities, they have no substance. Okay. They have no substance. Okay. You guys out here idolize these people. Okay. They're not out here healing, helping people. Okay. So why would I read on celebrities? Okay. I idolize nobody. Okay. I respect these kind of people like Simon Toko, um, Marina Sabana, okay, Sitting Bull, okay, true healers, okay, wise people, okay. That's why they are given the gifts, okay. I know people that have gifts of sight and they lose their gift of sight, okay. The reason why they lose their gift of sight is because one, they get greedy, okay. It's taken away. Okay, I've seen it. Okay. I know people that have gift of sight, and some people will try to get the gift of sight and don't have it. Because why would they give the gift of sight to people that are going to be manipulating and conceiving, conniving, and lying? Just saying. That it doesn't work like that, my friends. Okay. It does not work like that at all. Okay. So I want to look into his energy. I'm going to ask my ancestors to put a circle around me. Um, Now, I want to talk about what I'm seeing, okay? Hey, from Clearwater, Florida. So, what's going to happen is they can't stop what's coming, okay? So, a lot of you guys don't even know your true gifts, okay? They don't want you knowing your true gifts. So, what they do is they suppress you from knowing your true gifts and utilizing your true gifts, okay? So, your true gifts are spiritual awareness, right? Telekinesis, telepathically communicating. Okay. The reason they can like read our consciousness is because they scan our eyes. Okay. So you can telepathically communicate. Okay, you can levitate. Okay, you can astral travel. Okay, you can do a lot of things. Okay, a lot of things out here dumbs you down from being fully activated. Okay, fully activated. Okay, so it'd be like what your food. I believe the water too. I'm just saying. I believe the water is dimming people down out here. Okay, um, I believe all this technology is dimming us down. Um, but we all have this gift. We all have abilities. Okay, I'm talking about levitation. Okay, I'm talking about telekinesis. Okay, I'm talking about a lot of stuff out here. Okay, um, and I believe people are given a gift of sight, a gift of hearing, are the ones that their intentions are pure. Okay, that's why they have full awareness. Okay, they don't move sneaky. Okay, and they're not out here for material wealth or material gain. Okay, so when you have these kinds of gifts, they will take everything from you. Okay, they will take your knowledge. Okay, they will make you crazy. Okay, they will mess with your bank account. Okay, you are a gang stalk individual. You are a watch individual. Okay, they feel like you're a threat because you are a threat. Okay, to their very foundation. Okay, but they can't stop what is coming. Okay, so what is coming? Okay, so what is coming is they know what's coming. Okay, so this is why you have all these distractions out here. Every day is something different. Okay, it's a distraction to keep your focus where your focus needs to be. Okay, also it's a distraction to keep your awareness where your awareness needs to be. Okay, so you have to be you have to be fully aware. This is why I say awareness is so important. Okay, because when you have awareness, when you have true awareness, right, and no attachments, okay, you are truly free. Okay, your abilities will get stronger and stronger. Okay, um I'm telling you, a lot of you guys been hidden for a very long time. Okay, you've been hidden since children. Okay, you were marked before you came in here. Okay, you were marked, and you've been hidden. Okay, and now you will be seen. You will be seen and you will be heard from generations to generations to come. Okay, high frequency, only those who align, it will be invited to the next level. Exactly. And when what I mean aligning is we all go through things, right? Nobody's perfect. Even Simon Toko went through things, but he stayed true to who he was. He spoke his truth, he lived his truth, and he walked in his truth. And what is about to come, nobody can stop. Okay, they know what's about to come. Okay, that's why you see all these distractions, and you see every day they're going to come up with something new, something new, something new, because they're trying for you not to have full awareness. Okay, because when you have full awareness of who you are and the abilities that you have, okay, telepathically, telekinesis, remote viewing, levitation, okay, his name is Simon. I hope I'm saying his name right. Simon, Simeon Toko, Toko. They called him the Black Jesus. I talked about him in one of my readings, but I didn't go deep on him. And then somebody brought him back up on my brought him back up. They said go to Africa. I have a picture of him. Okay, so this is a picture of him. So I'm going to do an energy read. I'm just going to look at his energy. I feel like Simon comes from a bloodline of healers. Okay. I'm talking about bloodline, generation. His generation and bloodline of his family are still being watched today because he's a threat. Okay. There is also another woman's bloodline that's being watched. Heretta Lakes. Heretta Lax or yeah, Lax. She went in because I think she was having problems in the her uterus, and her cells mutated. No, we're not perfect, but we are alchemists. We're true alchemists. Okay, we're true alchemists. Um, and I knew this for a long time. Um, but a lot of you guys were hidden, okay, for a reason, for this very moment that we're in now. And a lot of people will not accept that this healer that they call the Black Jesus, that no matter what they did to take him out, still survived. They took his heart out, and he still survived. He called on help. This is what they don't want you doing. Okay. They don't want you calling on help. They tell you what you do is evil. It's wicked. Watch the ones who speak about your people and yourself and say what you do is wicked. Watch those ones. Watch the ones that are wearing contacts in their eyes. Watch the ones that are always talking about celebrities. Now, there's two reasons why they're always talking about celebrities. One, because the, people want to hear about celebrities. So that's all they want to talk about is celebrities. And they're motivated by greed. But all that greed they have will be taken away from them. Okay. Yes, this is the time of yes, I feel Mother Dragon. Yes, she's already here. So they can't stop what's about to come. Okay. What's about to come is real. Okay. Now there will be a false, listen to me. I was speaking a dialect. Okay. They said it was they said there was a pattern in the language, but it sounded like gibber jabbish, whatever. But then it said it could have been traced, it could be a Incan or Mayan dialect. Okay. Um and I talked about the skies opening, and I talked about one would be false, okay, false aliens, and one will be real. Okay. Nothing will be hidden from us. Okay. They want to hide the truth so they can manipulate the energy and take the energy and keep us on this loop. Okay. But they can't hide what's about to come. Okay. It's already here. Okay. So let's do this reading on Simon Toko. So remember, I did the video. I did it probably, I don't know if I did a year ago. The dragons are already awoken. Okay, there was no dinosaurs. They were dragons. Okay. That's what's out there in them oceans. Okay. That's where they've been getting all the oil from. Okay. They're already awakened. Okay. There's a lot of them. Okay. So let's talk about Simon. Now he also, they call him the immortal one. Okay. The immortal one. Okay. Because he was immortal. Okay. A lot of you guys are immortal. Okay. That's why I said the churches. I will buy so many churches today. And I thought to myself, these establishments were made to manipulate, lie, deceit, and take your hard-earned money that you make. A lot of you guys get up every day and you work hard and you have nothing to show for it. Okay. This has been going on for a very long time. Okay. We've been at war for a very long time. I remember in Atlantis, people say it was a flood. No, it was a war. Okay. We were at war. Okay. And we're still at war. But we have won this war. And I'm going to tell you why we won this war. The reason why a lot of you guys know we won this war and how I know we won this war is because the consciousness, the awareness of consciousness. Okay. They can't stop it from coming. Okay. They want to stop it, but they can't stop it. It's already here. Okay. It's already been here. Okay. So let's do this reading on Simon Toko. He comes from a bloodline of healers. He comes from a bloodline of celestial beings. Okay. His family's being watched. Now we've seen this too with Heretta Lynx. Her cells mutated. Okay. They use her cells today for medicine. Okay. They use her cells for all kinds of diseases. Okay. She has healing cells. This was a black woman. If you guys don't know her, you need to be familiar with her. They call it the Heretta cells. Okay. She was a black woman. Okay. From the United States of America. I think she was from, I'm not sure, she was from Virginia. But get educated with her because she had healing cells. Her cells will mutate. Okay, literally mutate. So when I have my pictures behind my desk that I'm gonna have the pictures of the astral. I already took some of the aliens. My great grandmother. She's one of my spirit guides. I have Aunt Caroline. I'm gonna have Marina Sabata. I'm gonna have true healers. Healers that will go down in history. Okay. I have this one. I have this of me, my grandmother, my great grandmother, and this is the thing I was drawing in the dirt in that video. And you know what's so crazy? When you look at this, what does this look like? Look at it. It looks like a medicine wheel. I was drawing it in the dirt in that video, and I was speaking some dialect. I don't remember speaking, but we were at war. Okay. Now, if you're going to read any biblical texts, right, the churches were man-made for corruption and to take money. Okay. Take money. Why don't you see any of these pastors talking about the book of the Ethiopian Bible? The Ethiopian Bible talks about the Watchers. The Ethiopian Bible talks about these celestial beings. Why aren't they? Oh, and thank my friend for purchasing the book for me. I will be getting his book though. I hope that he has a book out, and I'm going to add him to my spiritual team. Simon Toko. I hope you don't mind, Simon. um, there's a big awakening happening. So all this stuff that you're seeing, okay, propaganda, all this stuff, these distractions, are distractions. Okay. They're trying to keep you distracted on your job so you don't know what's really going on. They try to keep you distracted on this news. They tell you what they want you to hear. Okay. They try to keep you distracted. Okay. A lot of people are destructing. Yeah, a lot of people are aware what's going on. Okay. And a lot of people are awakening. Okay. What I mean awakening is you ever been around a whole bunch of people and they're in a total trance? Okay. The spell has been lifted. Okay. So let's do this reading on him. And I'm gonna take him as one of my spirit. He's gonna be on my spiritual team, like Marina Sabana, and I will be doing a reading on Sitting Bull. I want to know what message Sitting Bull has. So what I'm getting from him is they can't stop what's coming. They cannot stop what's coming. It's coming. Okay. Remember I said the sky will open. One will be false. One will be real. Okay. They're here to help us. Okay. A lot of you guys been hidden. A lot of you guys are marked. Okay. You're marked. What I mean marked is You are marked as a watcher. You are marked in to come in at certain times to raise the consciousness of humanity, and we are stronger, okay, than them. They can't feel, they can't love, okay? They're stuck here, okay? We can ascend and transcend. That's why they have cemeteries here, because they want to keep other souls stuck with them, okay? Hey, Junior. Okay, so we're talking about Simon Toko, and I kept hearing even before I did his reading, what is about to come, they can't stop. Okay, they can't stop it. It's going to come. Okay, and there's people that are fighting the spiritual war. Okay, it's spiritual. I'm gonna show you guys a picture of him, and then we'll get into the reading. Um, he comes from celestial beings. I'm gonna show you his picture, and I'm gonna tell you what I'm seeing. Okay, let me turn this around. Okay, so they can't stop what's coming. I want to pull. I want to do the shells on him. I feel like he was born, he came in with a gift. He comes from a bloodline of celestial beings. They're not from here. I don't know what tribe he's from. Hey, you guys, I don't know what tribe he's from. Angola. He's from Angola. Well, I think he's from Angola. Yeah, Northern Angola. Let me pull up Northern Angola. I want to look at his picture. So he in one of his pictures, he's showing what they have done to him. They tried to like take his life. They took his heart out, and he told them to give his heart back. I don't feel like he's gone though. He's still here. Where is he at this very moment? I don't know where my shells are, you guys. They're somewhere here. I'm getting ready for a convention soon, and I'm doing the shells. and, uh, wherever he could be, it could be cold. I feel very cold. He's still here. I feel very cold. Like my body feels cold. I feel very, very, very cold. Okay, I'm gonna keep a circle around me. I'm gonna call my grandmother, my great grandmother, my grandfather who just passed. I'm gonna call on him. Um, I'm gonna call on my father, my dad. I'm gonna call on all my ancestors. I'm gonna call on Marina Sabata. I'm gonna call on Simon Toko. Okay. I'm gonna call on. Let's see who else we got here. People I've did right. Aunt Caroline. Hey, you guys. Hey, Tracy. I'm gonna call on Aunt Caroline. I'm gonna call on real healers. Real healers are not here to make money. Now, will real healers have money? I mean, I've seen a lot of healers die broke. Okay, they try to break them. Okay, spiritually, physically, and mentally. Okay, but they can never break them because they're celestial beings. Celestial beings can never be broke down. Okay, they can't. They can't be destroyed. Okay, never be destroyed. Okay, You may think you have destroyed them. You may have think you won, but you never won. Okay. Yes, new beginnings, the Black Jesus. Simon Toko. And a lot of people won't accept this because he's black. Okay. If you look at Loretta Lynx, she was a black woman, and her cells today are saving a lot of you guys out here that are Caucasian, black, Spanish, indigenous. Her cells mutate. Okay. When they talk about Wakanda and stuff like that, they're talking about these kind of people. Okay. These kind of people. Okay. But they're talking about, when you talk about healers, you're talking about Simon Toko. You're talking about Sabana, Marina Sabana. You're talking about Aunt Caroline. Okay. Those are healers. Okay. There's a lady in Mexico that has this, she can do the same thing he can do. Okay. She can heal with her hands. Dr. CB. Okay. Those kind of people. Okay. Those are kind of people I want to talk about. Okay. I don't want to talk about celebrities. Okay. There's no substance there. Okay. There's no truth there. Okay. This is the kind of energy I want to be in. Okay. The kind of energy where I'm not of this material world because I'm a celestial being. And I know that first and foremost. Okay. And no matter what, I will be taken care of. Okay. And I don't fear nothing. I embrace everything. Okay. So I told you when he was a child, I believe he comes from, I'm going to get there. I wanted to use the cards. Okay. What do I need to know? Okay. Simon Toko, they abused him and neglected him, and they tried to take his energy. Okay. His power, his energy. They can never have it. I'm freezing right now. I feel like he's still alive. I don't know how this is possible. Or they froze him or something. Okay, so he was a child. Okay. He came in as a celestial being. They tried to take his energy. Okay, his power supply is his energy, his life force, right? His energy. They abused and neglected him. Okay. They abused and neglected him. They tried to take his life. And he's not from here. He's a real celestial being. Like a lot of you guys are celestial being. That's why that's why they try to be like us so much. We're really stronger than it. We are stronger than them. We are stronger than they are. They know this. They fear us. But you guys are walking around fearing them. No. No. Don't fear them. Yeah, I feel like he's frozen. I'm very cold right now. Okay. Very cold. Okay. Give me another card on his energy. Simon Toko. So I'm going to show you the cards that I have on him. I am like freaking freezing. He was celebrity status because of his gifts. They got him in prison. They imprisoned him. They tried to take his life. I feel like they did get him. Okay. And they called him the Black Jesus. My God. Okay. This is a black man right here. So I don't know why I'm seeing water, the element of water. So let's see. Simon Toko. Simon Toko. I'm freezing, you guys. Oh my God. Like I'm freaking freezing. He traveled. Okay, traveled. One more card. I am freezing. Like my whole body is like cold. He's trapped. One more card on his energy. Okay, so it's gonna come out. I'm literally freezing, you guys. Okay, so he had this gift since a child. Okay, this is a bloodline of gifts. So he comes from a bloodline of celestial beings. Now we have the alien card here, which would be he's celestial. Okay, we're all celestial beings. Okay, they had many attempts on his life, but it did not work. So they had to trap him. Okay, and they had to imprison him. Okay, I don't know how old he'll be. He's born in 1918, so what, he'll be in his 80s now, or darn, even in his 90s, I guess. He traveled. Okay, he was looking at celebrity status. They abused him so many times, and nothing worked. Okay, so I feel like they have his body trapped somewhere. Okay, I don't know why I'm seeing water and like I'm freezing. Like I'm literally freezing, you guys. Okay. Um, Anything else I need to know about you, Simon Toko? You know, in school, this is why they give you those tests in school. They want to know what gifts you have. Okay. Somebody says he could be in Alaska. I don't know where he's at, but wherever he's at, I say the black sun named Jesus doesn't resonate. I say the black sun, sun, named Jesus doesn't resonate. Well, if you look at the Anunnakis, the Nakians, they call them the Nakians. Okay, that's what I remember. The Nakians. Okay, they were mostly black. Okay, I don't remember them being white. Okay, and anytime I encounter reptilian, it's a white person, a white male. Okay. Now, is there black reptilians? Yeah, but they weren't called the Anunnakis. They were called the Anunnaki. Okay. Um, and I got something about home. Okay. So they may have his physical body, but his spiritual body is home. It's home. Okay. It's home. And they're gonna meet a lot more Simon Tokos. Okay. Um, and to try to take his life, it speaks volumes. Marina Sabana, they mummified for entertainment purposes. She's mummified, and people go visit her. Like she died broke. They have a mummified Sabana, Marina Sabana, and in the video, I don't. You can see her face. It's not my face. I'm just channeling her, and she's speaking through me. Okay. The same thing happened with what's that other African girl? She was I'm a trans medium. Okay, also a psychic. Okay, in that video, that was her. Okay. What's her name? She's from South Africa. Shit. Um, Real short. So this is what we got from his energy. So he's home, but they have his physical body. Um, so they abused and neglected him. Okay, grandparents. Um, this started generational. They're really he was really celestial. Okay, he don't come from this place. Okay, and the reason why I say that, and I already knew this, he comes from a celestial place. That's why they call it the celestial mountains. Okay, I don't want to go too deep into what I see in those mountains, but it's very interesting. Okay, so celestial. He's a celestial being. He was looked at in celebrity status. He traveled. Okay, traveled. And then power supply is energy. Okay, so they were taking his energy. He came in as a child, celestial child. Okay. He was trapped in a prison. Okay. See, trapped in a prison. And then they wanted to take him out. Okay. So that is what I got. I'm going to look at one more. Oh, what? So let me look at one more. Oh, I didn't know that. Somebody says he was raised by his grandparents. Oh, I didn't know that. Can you get by, Joe? Yeah. You sure? Well, don't knock the stuff over. Hold on. My grandson. So I didn't know he was raised by his grandparents. So I did not know. Does he have a book, you guys? I want to get his book. Give me one more on his energy. There is a calmness to his energy, okay? A calmness, a real calmness, you guys. I believe that they do have him trapped somewhere, but he is not trapped. He may be trapped in physical, but not in the spiritual, okay? Let's look at this. You hear the birds. You hear the birds. You get by? Be careful. That's all. That's your great grandmother. And we got his family. Okay. Okay, his family. So he comes from a family. I didn't know he was raised by his grandparents. I don't know what that is. But he comes from a family. So this is generational, of celestial beings. One more card on his energy. I feel like when I see the occupation, I feel like he came here. He came here as a celestial being to do what he was supposed to do. Okay. And there's this calmness in his energy. Very calming. Okay. Very soothing, very calming. It kind of reminds me of when I did my first reading on Bob Marley. Okay. Bob Marley came through. Okay. Bob Marley had this calming energy. I mean, it was like and the colors were so beautiful. It looked like the rainbows. Okay, it was so freaking beautiful. It was calming. Okay, man on YouTube, Francis Blue was going down the rabbit hole of explaining by numbers what these beings are planning. All makes sense. Believes they have a time machine. Please check him out. I will. What I was seeing was something that levitates. Okay, it kind of looked like the you know how it looked like a book, right? The book looked like rainbow colors, and the it was levitating. Okay, like literally levitating. When I did, whose reading was that? The David, the scientist in the David, I think David, yeah, David's reading. Um, the scientist. There was something that was levitating, okay? Like literally levitating, but it looked like a book, but it looked like it had all these different colors. It kind of looked like the colors of the rainbow, okay? Um and I don't feel like the book was like bad or anything, okay? I feel like it was good. Um, and I did see something on in the water. Okay, not just land but water. Okay, when you go through the water, when you go through the water. Okay, so remember how I said when I looked up, I seen water. What I believe is every dimension, inner dimension or dimension, there's water. Okay, there's water, right? So you go through this water, then you go through this water, then you go through this water, this water, this water, this water, this water. Okay, and space is below us, okay, and above us, okay. Um, but I took a picture and I remember I turned the picture upside down, okay, and it looked like what I was. I'm gonna put that picture on my post, my community post, and it looked like what I was looking at. So I went outside one day. I was doing a reading on. I think it was. I was doing a reading on. Was it Navajo or Apaches? And I was doing a reading on them, and in the reading, they were okay. So the people's livestock was being eaten, right? So they call these Apache or Navajo guys in, right? And they kept finding coins. So their ancestors were leaving them coins, right? But in the video, I heard look up, right? For them to look up, right? So I think they knew, but they were only saying but so much. But then when I went outside, I heard look up. And when I looked up, I seen a whole body of water. Now, was I seeing was I seeing a hologram? Was I seeing a reflection? Um it looked like I was underwater. So how is it possible? So now it makes sense. I remember my oldest daughter used to watch SpongeBob. I hated you guys. I hated SpongeBob. Okay, she loved SpongeBob. I was like Krabby Patty. I love. And in SpongeBob, he's underwater. Okay, so when I said that and I made that video that there's water above us, the helicopters was flying over my house the next day. Okay, I'm telling you what I seen. Okay, water. Okay, so I believe each dimension or interdimension, um, there is there's water. Okay, so each dimension you go through, it looks like water to me. Okay, that's what it looked like. It looked like, and I was so shocked. I just did a short, and I said, "Oh my God, there's water," because I heard look up, and I looked up and I seen water, and I recorded it because I'm like, am I seeing a hologram? Am I seeing a reflection? But it looked like water. Okay. And I said, how is this possible? And it makes sense because remember, you guys remember the cartoon SpongeBob? Let me go to SpongeBob. He was underwater. Okay. Was underwater. So the ocean is the solar system. Okay. It's not above us, it's below us. Now, is it outside of the dome or outside of the simulation? Because do I believe we're in a simulation? Yes, I do. And I do believe that some people, that's why some things I see, I'm like, is this a holographic stimulation? Okay. Which I know for sure I'm in a stimulation. And the reason why I know for a fact, and I did a video of stimulation a year and 2 years ago, is because I was doing the same exact thing that I've done it before. I already done it. I was at the same location doing the same thing. How's that possible? Okay. How is that possible? How is that possible? I think what's happening is that CERN, okay, I truly believe that CERN is pushing people in and out of timelines, okay. And they done fucked up, okay, because there is a place in Puerto Rico. I don't know if you guys know about this. But it looks like a, I talked about it in my other video, but SpongeBob. So yeah, we're underwater. I don't care what nobody says. And I used to hate SpongeBob. Okay. And my oldest daughter loves SpongeBob. So I want to talk about this and then I'm going to end this. Okay. And so Puerto Rico has this big dish. So this dish in Puerto Rico, not dish, it's on a military base. I don't know if it's still active. Okay. Um, but this dish, the is in the countryside of Puerto Rico. Okay. Puerto Rico is very interesting. Okay. Very, very interesting. Puerto Rican people are the Atlantean people. Okay. Everybody in the Caribbean is Atlantean. South America, we're all Atlanteans. And the reason why I know this for a fact is because they all talk about the jaguar spirit. They all have the same, abate is the same in all of them. Okay. They've seen the same people. Okay. How is this possible? Okay. Um, because they all came from the same place. Okay. So there's this big dish. It's on a military base. It's in the country part of Puerto Rico, and it has this big dish. Um, I don't think it's active anymore. Okay, but I do believe there's stuff still going on there. Okay, activity because they've been having sightings of what do they call that in Spanish? And people go into caves and look for them. Now, are they coming in and out of portals? Yeah. And then the some is man-made. Yeah. But there's people in Puerto Rico that are actually they're hunting these things down. Okay. I'm talking about hunting them. And they eat their livestock. Okay. And the people are actually their job. They put it upon themselves to hunt these things down. Okay. Um damn, I forget they call them in Spanish. And they eat their livestock. But the way the puncture wound is, because one of the guys was showing it, I was like, that's too precise. Okay. Too precise. And they go for the jugular. Okay. Um hold on, let me see if I can find it. They even go in the caves. And you know what's so crazy? My grandmother and they lived in the country part, but they used to live in caves. They used to always talk about living in caves, and I used to be like, caves? Yeah, they live in caves in the mountains, you guys. I don't know the name of the animal, but it eats the livestock in Puerto Rico. And they have this big dish. It's no longer they don't they say they don't use it anymore. To communicate, okay? Um with celestial beings. Because they know they're celestial beings. They always knew that. They always knew it. So this was his occupation. Um so they trapped him. He's somewhere where it's very cold. But that's his physical body. His spirit body's not here. Okay. Yeah, somebody says it looks like a wild dog. Yeah. What's the name of it, Junior, in Spanish? I don't know how to say it in Spanish. And it's crazy because when I was looking at Atabe Junior, if you go to the Inca and Mayans, they have the same one Atabe like we have. How is that possible? The same Atabe that we have. Even in Morocco, they have the same Atabe, yeah. But they call them different names. They call it different names. Okay. Um, look it up. When I seen it in Morocco, I said, "Oh my God, how the hell they even have it on the flag, the Atabe? No, they have like the coquille on the flag." And I said, "How they have the coquille on the flag in North Africa?" Like, because we're all from the same place. The Inca, Mayans, the Taino, Arawak, they're all brothers and sisters. Um, yeah, they say it looks like a wild dog, But I think that wild dog, I did a video on it, is not human. I think it's man-made. Let's see, we get man-made, and then I'm gonna end this. I think it's man-made. Yeah, the chupacabra. Mm-hmm. Because I said they hunt the chupacabra down in Puerto Rico. They go in they live in the caves. Okay. So we got accomplice, partner in crime. I believe the chupacabra, they're not, I don't believe they're reptilian or they could be a humanoid, but they're man-made humanoid. I believe they are. Some people believe they're interdimensional. That's why they can't catch them sometimes. I haven't heard one person catching one, a chupacabra. They're in Mexico, they're in South America, they're in Puerto Rico. Okay. They're in North Africa. Okay. Why are they in those certain areas? They're in Peru. They're in Brazil. Why are they in those areas? Think about it. Think about it. Are they coming through portals? Are they man-made? There's a cover up with them. There's a cover up with the chupacabras. Okay. So these are the cards we got. Let's get one more card out on the chupacabras. I heard it was some animal they created and it got loose from a van. That's what I heard too, Junior. I heard it was man-made. They're missing. They got out. Those motherfuckers. And there's these Puerto Rican guys that they go and they look for them, and they said they're in the caves. They have to go deep in the caves, underground to go get them. But I haven't heard nobody catching one. I don't believe in the energy I get from them. I don't believe that they're I feel like they're man-made and they're missing. So let's see if we get man-made. I feel like they're man-made, so Junior. I feel like they're man-made. Like we got fraud and we got secret. So there's a fraud about the chupacabras and there's a secret about the chupacabras. I think they're man-made. I'm telling you. Because they only show up in certain places. And maybe they want justice. I don't know. In the mountains. Okay. A lot of people in Puerto Rico are seeing them in the goddamn mountains. Even in Peru. They're always around mountains. Okay. So I'm not getting nothing interdimensional here. Okay. But I believe these things want these creatures want justice. Okay. Just saying. Give me one more card on these chupacabras. And we're doing this reading on Simon Toko. So they're running away from something. Okay. And they're always in the mountains. People see them in Peru. People see them in Mexico. People see them in South America. People see them in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is not South America. The theory is they escaped when a boat carrying them to the Bronx Zoo crashed near the coast. Oh shit. I'm not getting no boat. So we got runaway. So they were running away. That's for sure. They wanted justice for whatever happened to them. Okay. And there's a secret. So they know where these beings are from, the chupacabras. Okay. So I'm going to call this chupacabra slash Simone Toko. They're in the mountains. They're in the caves. Okay. That's where they hide. There is a video of the Puerto Rican men looking for them and trying to get rid of them. Okay. But what's so interesting is if when you see the livestock, they puncture the artery. Like they know exactly what artery to puncture. And then they drain all the red from it. Okay. And then we got fraud. So there's some fraud energy around these chupacabras. Okay. They went missing. They went MIA. Okay. There's a cover up and there's a secret. And somebody was accomplice and partner in making these. Now, are they interdimensional? Because that's not what I was getting. Let's see. The theory is they escaped from a boat. They were going to take them to the Bronx Zoo. That's crazy. That is so crazy. I recently found the wonder. of nature, 715 pictures. They are these jars with human bodies and human faces. Vince Lavinus. I'm gonna go look at that. Yeah, the chupacabras, if you look at how they eat the animals, they go for the jugular. And then they go for the jugular and then they drain all the red out. So how do they know to go for that area? Okay, I'm just saying. Okay. This is for entertainment purposes, is all bullshit about the chupacabras. Okay. I don't feel like they're interdimensional. I'm not getting interdimensional here. So I'm gonna leave this here. I'm not getting interdimensional. I'm getting man-made. Okay, I was hoping the man-made card would come out. Okay, it's not coming out, you guys. Okay, let me see if I can work on all this. So they know where these chupacabras are from. Now there's a beach element here, and there's a tunnel element, and they're very much alive, my friends. Okay, and when you come in contact with them, they eat the livestock. Okay. Now they're being controlled, mind controlled. These chupacabras. Okay. One more card in the chupacabras. The chupacabras. They want revenge. I don't know why they want revenge. Something happened to them. They want revenge and they had a caregiver. I don't know who the hell the caregiver was. Something about money. Something about drugs. Okay. So it's something about families. Okay. I believe they're man-made, you guys. I don't feel like they're interdimensional. I'm sorry. The chupacabras, you can't convince me of it. Maybe I'm wrong, but you can't convince me that they're interdimensional. I believe these things were made in some laboratory for entertainment purposes. Can you look into Martin Coney? He did not. He did a lot of science on these incubator babies and messing with DNA on Coney Island. Yeah, there's a lot of incubator babies that come across, especially when I read on those people in Hollywood. They all feel like incubator babies. As a kid, I told my teacher I had a chupacabra, trying to sound cool, not knowing what they were. She looked at me with fear in her eyes. They used chicken incubators first. Wow. Yeah, the chupacabras are crazy. But you know what I noticed about the chupacabras? They're only on indigenous land. They're only on South American land, and they're in Puerto Rico. Okay. Um, I feel like they're man-made. I don't feel like they're interdimensional, you guys. I'm sorry. I don't. Um, I could be wrong. What would be coming our way? A great awakening. Marie is coming our way. A great awakening and a great awareness of um, the truth. So we're gonna see past the illusions. Okay, we're gonna get right to the truth. Okay, we're gonna see past the facade, past the illusions. Okay, and we're gonna get right to the truth. Junior, when you were in Puerto Rico, did they say they went into the caves? Are the chupacabras also traumatized? Yes, I believe they are. Let me pull a picture up for one. And people don't like to talk about them. In Puerto Rico, they hunt them down. They don't get paid to hunt them down, but they hunt them down, and they go in the caves and they eat the livestock. Okay, they eat livestock like animals. Um, a great awakening is coming. I feel like they're traumatized too. The chupacabras. I feel like they're man-made, but I don't know who made them. Maybe we can ask who made them. Let's ask who made them. Who made the chupacabras? Who made the chupacabras? El chupacabras. People don't even like to say the name. Okay, they don't like to say. So they're being mind controlled. Okay, give me one more on who made the chupacabras. Who made the chupacabras? Who made the chupacabras? I don't know if they mix these with different breeds. There's so many legends of them. And the thing is, it's a cover up with them. So there's some kind of mind control with these things. And some kind of cover up. I never seen them. I heard they eat goats. No, they eat all livestock, Junior. Google a video of Puerto Rico and them looking for the chupacabras. So true. Some Puerto Ricans view as yes. That's why Puerto Ricans don't mention their name. That's why I didn't want to mention their names. Okay. Yeah, so true. Some Puerto Rican view it as bad luck. Yes, a lot of Puerto Ricans. Even if you say their names, they don't like it. They won't say it. Even Mexicans won't say it. Yes, that's what they do. They take the blood out the animal. It's like they're okay. So we got cover up and man made. I mean mind control. So I believe they're man made because I don't think they're interdimensionals like Bigfoot and stuff like that. Something about greed and something about water. Shit, can they go in the water? The chupacabras. Can they go in water? Because I got water. Yeah, they call them that too. I'm gonna call them that because I don't want to say the other word. Because if you say around Puerto Ricans, they freak out. There's secrets surrounding them. So I wonder if they can go in water, Junior. The bloodsuckers. Yeah, I wonder if they can go in water. Because I got water here. But they're used for greed. I wonder if they were used for military, for entertainment purposes. Hold on. Oh, shoot. Hold on, let me see. Simon Toko, I hope you don't mind me talking about these beings. I need to talk about them. Okay, so we got, for them, we got cover up. There's a cover up about them. Hey, Shirley, there's a secret about them. I don't know if they're on any island, any other island but Puerto Rico. That's exactly what I saw. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I believe they're man-made. Look. And we got mind control. Something with greed. So are they used as a weapon? Okay, and then we got water, the element of water. So I wonder if they can go, yes, underwater facility. Or can they go underwater because this is saying water. So they could go under water, but earlier we got they were upset. Revenge. Okay. Somebody says back to their owners. I have no idea. Let's pull another card on the chupacabras. Yeah, family. Look. Okay, what are they used for besides the animals? I don't want to say their name because it's bad luck. And for real, you talking to say that for Puerto Rican, they might go cuckoo, coco. They took a journey. Okay. One more card on these beings. They're in Peru. They're in South America. They're in Puerto Rico. Okay, what are they doing? Let's ask that question. What are they doing? Well, obviously, they're doing one thing with it. I don't know. Like, does it give them power or something? Let's see. What are they doing with the red? Hold on. What are they doing with the red? They look evil. Yeah, they do. I think Bigfoots are interdimensional. These beings, I think, they're made. They have an occupation. They have an occupation. Let me get them off my computer. They're ugly to look at. Oh god. Oh, this is their occupation. Y'all think thing thing is a human form. They just the horizons. They took a journey. Oh, there's always a sighting in them in Mexico, in Puerto Rico. One more card on these beings. Oh, hold on, guys. Hold on. Oh, storm. No. Oh my god. He's being so ornery. Behave. It's closed. Thank God. We've been all over my floor. Y'all see how I jumped up so fast? Okay, so what are they using? What are they being used for? I got wealthy man and great fortune. Wealthy man and great fortune and expectations. What the hell? Expectations for what? And great fortune for poverty. So I wonder if they were made them to terrorize people. Because there's expectations on these things. But they're being controlled some way. Yeah, Storm is acting up. They're concerned about these things. Well, they let them go. So I feel like they are also to scare people. I feel like they're here to scare people. But why do they just target it? They target communities. I think it's a fear tactic. I think they were man-made. I really feel like they're man-made. I think to my MK Ultra beings and celebrities, you have. Yes, I think to MK Ultra, these beings and celebrities, you have consciously caused trauma. Yeah, I think it's a way of causing trauma. Um, one more card and then I'm gonna end it. So this is their occupation and they something with greed and mind control. There you go again. And they target communities and poverty. Yeah. Like it's to scare the people of Mexico, to scare the people in Puerto Rico, scare the people in South America. Okay. To scare them. It's a fear tactic. Somebody says somebody says the high ranking cult leaders look just like them. They do. They look like them. So I think they're here to like put fear in the people, and they have because people communities are. And if you notice, they're mostly in South America, Puerto Rico, and Mexico. Someone says you traumatize them and make them forget what happened with certain words, like what happened to Lady Gaga in her interview. She went straight robotic. Yeah, they target small farms. Yeah. And you can think about it too. Like if they're targeting small farms, the farmers, they make money off of their agriculture. And if they don't have agriculture, they have no food. Okay. And there's these guys, they go and they look for them and they hunt them down. Okay. Literally. I never knew they can go in water. It's saying they can go in water. Okay. So this is what I got. Thank you guys so much. What happened with Lady Gaga in her interview? She went straight to robot settings. Yeah, they do have a feral nature. In the beginnings, they do. It's weird. Um, I never heard of them being in the United States. I don't know if they are. Um, only heard of them being in Puerto Rico, Peru, South America, and Mexico. No, I've never read on Bigfoot, but I think Bigfoot is interdimensional. I think Bigfoot comes from um a bloodline of some kind of celestial beings, but I don't know which ones. But these I feel like they're like man made. I don't know what to cause terror. I mean, they're concerned about him. Okay, they are concerned. But there's some kind of MK Ultra to their energy, and I there you go. That's what I thought they were made for. So I believe they were made for this, for military. Could you imagine being in war and see one of those motherfuckers just jump out at you? Could you imagine? Could you imagine that? Like you're in war and you see them just come and jump out. Just saying. But they were military made. Yeah, military grade. Could you imagine that, Junior? I'm like, what the hell? Oh, but they could die like everybody else could die. Shoot. The guy in Puerto Rico said they could die, so shit, they could die. That's what he said. He said they could die, so they're looking for him and they're killing him. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. All right, thank you guys so much. This is a read I got on. I don't even know if I'm gonna say their names, because it's bad luck. Especially Puerto Ricans. You stay in front of Puerto Rican, they'll go crazy. They go loco. Because they have dealt with these things. I don't know how long they dealt with them though. I wonder if they start dealing with them when they had that base out there in the country part, because they said the base is no longer active. And just imagine you at war and you see one of those motherfuckers. They could die though, but the military grade for entertainment purposes. Could you imagine that? Just a cover up. Yeah, I think they're I wouldn't even call them humanoids. The Junior, you don't they have it's in Puerto Rico. What's that base in Puerto Rico? With the big dish. I think it's by where my dad's from. Because people somebody says it kind of looks like do Dewey movie. I think it's where my dad's from, they see him too. Um what's that base in Puerto Rico? Base in Puerto Rico. Let me see. With a big satellite to communicate. Not with them. Uh they could communicate. Um Let me see. I think it's Muniz. Is it Muniz? It's that big base with a big round oh shit. It's like a big satellite. Junior. I think it's by Guamo. It is interesting where they have it at. Because you know the history of Guamo, right? You know the history of it, right? If you're Puerto Rican, you know what I'm talking about here. Mm-hmm. So they're based in Puerto Rico. You know what I'm talking about. If you're from Puerto Rico, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Um, they say it's no longer active. Some kind of damn right here. I found it. I don't know why. I feel like it's near Guamo now. Guam is an hour away from Ponce. It's in the country. So I don't know if it's going. So Ponce is here. So Ponce is here. So you're going north. They say it's no longer active, but they built it to communicate with interdimensional beings. Okay, they say it's no longer active. Um, I don't know, Mango, if that's why because they kind of look like somebody says Chupacabra. I don't want to say their name, shit. The Kabbas, I'm gonna say that. Egyptian gods, but evil versions. Yeah, I think they were man made. They definitely were man made, but I didn't know they can go in water though. Like Incubus. Um, yeah, they kind of look like them. But they're man made. That's not funny, but people are scared of them. If you talk about them in Puerto Rico, people go crazy. Okay. There's a big satellite in Puerto Rico. It's on. It used to be. It's not. The base is no longer active. That's what they say. The satellite was to communicate with celestial beings. And I'm trying to find it. And this is for entertainment purposes. Uh, I don't know why it's by Ponce, but I think it's like an hour away from Ponce. So yeah, you're going north. You know about that area there. It has a lot of healing properties. Um, they have Juan Diaz. I don't know. I know it's in the country. It's Camp Santiago. It's not that one because that one's by Ponce. It's not that one. It's in the middle. I know that for a fact. So it has to be that one because Guamo is next to that. Well, Guamo's right there. Somebody said they're falling angels. Yep, that's it right there. Junior, is that in Guamo? I think that area has a lot of chiefs in Puerto Rico came from that area. Um, it has a lot of healing properties in that area. So it's interesting how they put it right there. You hear that? Thank you for finding it. Okay, I don't know what part of Puerto Rico that is. Does anybody know? Let's see. Okay, it's located in Armobello, Puerto Rico. I wonder how far that is from Guamo. It's in the country part. That thing is big. Did you guys see how big that damn satellite is? That shit is big as hell. Listen to this. It's the largest, most powerful radio telescope in the world. And they built it in Puerto Rico. Why do you think they built it in that location? Do you know why? I know why. It's the largest and most powerful radio telescope in the world. Do you know the history? Hmm. There's a reason why they have it there. I'm telling you. There is a reason why. I told you. I told you. I knew it. Exactly why they don't want to let the Puerto Ricans go. Exactly. Because they need that area. That area is a portal. I'm telling you. And guess who inhabited that area? Exactly. Junior, do you know what I'm talking about? Who inhabit that area? The Tainos. And that area is known for I don't want to say too much. If you know, you know. Just say no. They don't want to let Puerto Rico go because of Puerto Rico is not just their natural resources. It's so much deeper than that. And one day I might go into it real deep because it has a lot of history. I'm talking about, and why would they build the biggest satellite there? Think about it. No, not Peru, not Mexico, but in Puerto Rico, that little island. I believe there was war in there. Yes, there was, but not just that. That area is known for something. Think about it, Junior. Okay, think about it. I don't really want to say too much. Just go back to the Tinos. Okay. Um, and what they had there in the water. In the water. Think about the Tinos in the water. It's strategically put there. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. And I believe that there's a portal there. Telling you, there's a portal. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go. This is for all entertainment purposes, all bullshit. Okay. Um, so we did talk about the Black Jesus. And I'm gonna go back to him one more time, and we talked about the other little things. I don't want to talk about that no more. Um, the Black Jesus. From Africa, um, that he would not die. Um, they took his heart out. He asked them to give him his heart back. Um, I believe there was war. There was war in that area, but there's a portal in that area. Okay, listen to what I'm saying. That area is known for something. Okay, that's why I think it was strategically put there. The indigenous people know. Okay, and I think they found out, but they don't know everything. Yes, it was founded in 1660 and named for the Taino chief. Yes. It's a historical north coastal city known as the village of Captain Coral for the seven yeah 1702 victory against the British invaders. Yes, they couldn't invade that area. There's a reason why they couldn't invade it. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna go too much in it because I already know. I know the history. My grandma and my great grandma used to tell me. I didn't meet my great grandmother, but my grandmother would tell me all kinds of stories. And when I was a little kid, I'm like, wow, I thought my stories were crazy. But baby, um, so, mm-hmm. And there's water by that thing. I bet you anything there's water by that thing. Let me see. Any kind of money. And I never even been there. Look how big, that's the biggest thing, biggest one in the world. Let me show you guys. And then I'm gonna end this. Mhm. They could never beat them because they knew the terrain and there's something else going on there. And I'm gonna put it like this: it has to deal with water, agua. All right, thank you guys so much. This is Jennifer Felix of Readings, and I have to put slash the Black Jesus, um, the guy that would never die. Man, that's just think about that. He had healing gifts. He tried to heal people, and they tried to take his ass out. That's crazy, right? And just think about it. Like you all believe the Jesus story, so they took Jesus and they hung him from. They brutalized him and hung him from a cross. And you guys every Sunday drink the wine and eat the bread. The bread is his body. The wine is his blood. So that's a humiliation ritual y'all doing every Sunday. And I used to do the same thing in the Catholic Church. And I didn't, but then I didn't know I was young and dumb. Okay, young and dumb. Okay, I'm not young and dumb anymore. But I knew it wasn't right. It wasn't right. So thank you guys so much. This is Jennifer Felix. Yeah, the alcohol wine. Thank you guys so much. This is Jennifer Phillips readings. Thank you guys for joining me. A lot of things I said is for entertainment purposes. Okay, don't come for me. All right, you guys. Bye. Oh, remember about the Black Jesus because you're gonna see a lot of them. Okay, it's true. Like this man was they got him on some ice or some water or something. Okay. He was from Africa. Um, and they told what's name if he talked about him, he would lose his career. Ain't that crazy? Because he was black. And then you look at the Madonna, she's black too. And y'all have this white Madonna. It's crazy. It is so crazy. I have a picture of the black Madonna. She's not white, she's black. But y'all keep believing what y'all want to believe. Okay. It doesn't matter the color. I think people are so they can't believe that a black man, a celestial being, they can't wrap their head around that. You know what I mean? They can't wrap their head around it. Um, Madonna, yeah, she is. That's what I'm trying to tell you, and she's black. It's crazy. Yep. The more people wake up, the better. For real. It's like backwards. Everybody in America has these pictures of these white Madonnas, and then everybody in Europe, Ethiopia, they're all black. Okay, they're all black. And then Ethiopia Bible tells us like our heaven is here. Okay, I'm just saying like somebody got me the Ethiopian Bible. Thank you. I'm still reading it, and we might do some videos on it and read it together. Um, it kind of reminds me of the Coptic Bible, the Egyptian Bible, but that Bible is in Arabic and it's backwards, and I don't know how to read Arabic, okay? But the Coptic language, they still speak it in the churches. They still speak that language in the damn churches, okay? That language was forbidden, okay? Think about it. 40 years ago, that language was forbidden. They would cut your tongue out if you spoke that language, okay? Just saying. uh Oh God, I feel I have seen Sudanese blood. Yes, and some of you guys would never came from Africa. You guys were already here. Okay, they're telling everybody came over here from Africa. No, you did not. A lot of you guys were already here. Okay, some of you guys did come from Africa, and then some of you guys were already here. The ones that mostly came from Africa are the ones in the islands. Okay, the Caribbean islands. Okay. They brought the slaves over from Africa to the Caribbean islands. Okay. The ones in America were already here. Okay. That's why you have a different mentality from the ones in the Caribbean and the ones in America. Okay. It's interesting how the Caribbean women, okay, and the African women talk about the minority women here. Okay. It's crazy. Okay. And it kind of I feel like it's a propaganda and it's a taught behavior. Because I've been in rooms and I heard conversations with Caribbean women, okay? They look at American women different, okay? I'm saying they do. They do. And if you've been around Caribbean people, you know what I'm talking about. They look at a black American woman different. Just like them African women. You think them African women, they look at you the same way. Why does those African women look at you like that? Okay. If you're black, I'm half black. Okay. So I can speak on this. Okay. I can speak on this. Okay. My mother's black. Okay. So I can speak on this. Okay. Those African women, for some reason, it's like they have their spirits. Okay. They hate black American women. Okay. They despise them. I never understood why. Okay. They freaking despise them. They're mean to them. They criticize them. They talk about them. And I'm like, why? Why do you hate them so much? Were you taught to hate them? Just like the white people taught to hate? New Beginnings says I'm from the Caribbean. Okay, New Beginnings, you know what I'm talking about, right? how Caribbean women look at it, Black American women differently. Am I right or am I wrong? Because I've been in rooms and conversations where I heard conversations and they don't look at American women the same. Just like African women, the same thing. They don't look at them the same. I'm sorry, you guys. And I'm like, is it because they taught us to hate each other? I don't know. Like it's something generational. I'm not sure. I believe it's new beginnings. I feel like it's something generational. Like I feel like it's like something seeped inside. Like it's generational. Yes, it's taught, Junior. Same thing down here. I know new beginnings. That's why I said I believe it's taught. It's something taught. Yes, they hate each other. And I'm asking myself, why do they hate each other so much? Like, why does Black Caribbean women and African women from Africa hate Black American women? Where's that hate? Where's that hate coming from? Okay. I remember when I was young and I used to tell people I was Black and they would see my mother. They didn't believe me. So they see my mother. Okay. Then they had to shut up. Okay. But there's some deep seated, and I think this is generational. Okay. I truly believe this is something generational. Yeah, they hate each other, but why in the beginnings? Yeah, why don't we see each other as sisters? Um, I keep saying, why not seeing each other as sisters? Why is it always a fight down? Yeah, why is that? Same in surname. Yes, Mango. Like, why is it like the African women for Africa? If I have an African woman on here from Africa, okay, the continent of Africa, which was called Ethiopia, was called the land of Edom, Eden, Adam. Okay, somebody says I got hate so much for having a nice curry shape. No, it's like they do not like us, and I'm Caribbean too. Okay, but I'm in America. Okay, I was born and raised in America. Okay, so I am an American woman. Okay, and I noticed that African women, okay, from Africa and Caribbean women do not like Black American women. And I feel like this is something that's deep seated. This has to be, we have to get past the point of hating each other. And we have to embrace each other and love each other. And we need to unite with each other. Okay. Um, but there's that deep seated hate for each other. And it makes me sick to my stomach. Somebody says it's because Africans and Caribbeans are taught African Americans are less than. They don't want to please white culture. That's what I'm starting to believe it is. And I'm also believing it's a taught behavior. My mom never told me to hate anybody. Okay. She told me to love everybody. Okay. Hate was not on the table in my house. Okay. Um, but I have been in rooms where I have Haitian friends, I have Jamaican friends. Um, my mother lived in Jamaica. I have family in Jamaica, and they do not like American women. Okay. Um, and I noticed that African women and Caribbean women, they want to please white people so much. You know what this African lady said? We were in this orientation thing, right? And she said, they asked her what she likes to do. She said she likes to cook, right? But we're in there with a whole bunch of white people, right? And she said she likes to cook, right? So it's like you want to serve them, okay? In America, we don't have that mentality, okay? We're like, fuck that shit, okay? Just saying. But Caribbean women, it's like yes, sir, yes, ma'am. Do you know what I mean? And I think this is something generational, okay? And I think this is something that we need to talk about and something we need to address, okay? Because we're all the same. Okay. Um, yes, and it's taught from an early age. And our parents, well, my parents don't do it, but I'm just saying, parents do this. Okay. Because you hear African parents say, oh, go get that education or you won't be nobody. You won't be nobody in this life. Okay. Don't be like that black American man or that black American woman. Don't be like that. Be better than them. Okay. Um, yes, and that's another thing. Somebody says one of the issues is between this woman and a man. Um, my mother-in-law, she was from Trinidad and Tobago. Okay. She loved me. Okay. Um, she did. She loved me. She's no longer here. Okay. And she asked me to be with her son before she passed away. She was from Trinidad and Tobago. Rest her soul, rest her spirit. Um, I never had a problem with her. Um, Never. I loved her. She loved me back. I treated her with respect. She treated me with respect. I didn't see her from she's from Trinity or I'm from America and I'm better or she's better. We didn't see each other like that. Okay. I seen her as a person. Okay. I have a lot of island family and I don't see them like that. Um, and I have a sister that worked on what's that plantation? Um, that plantation in Jamaica, the white Rose Hall. My sister worked there. I call her my sister. She worked there. Okay. But they look at us differently. Somebody said it's the men causing the problem between these women. Hmm. I wouldn't say it's the men because a lot of African men and Caribbean men put down black American men, but they're scandalous too. They're more scandalous than the American men. I'm just saying. So I don't know, like I don't think it's okay. Do I believe maybe some of the men? I believe it's something learned. Okay. I believe it's like, okay, you have American people over there not getting an education. If they don't get an education, then they can't work for this big company or they can't make generational wealth because they got to wind up taking care of the parents. But it's not about that. Okay. The parents don't look about the money. I mean, of course, you need money to take care of your parents. I mean, I didn't have a lot of money and I helped take care of my dad. Um, and I was working to take care of my dad. Okay. But there is some deep seated rooted hate for that Caribbean and African women from Africa have against African American women. And I see it all the time. And I'm like, why do they have so much hate for American women? American women didn't do shit to them. Okay. I'm just saying. I mean, maybe they're living the American dream. If you think it's the American dream out here, I don't know. Okay. Um, but there's no fucking American dream out here. It's just a dream. It was all a dream. I used to read, it's all a dream. um, it's hard to escape hatred in America. It's yeah, that's why I got to get out of here. I got to get out of here, you guys. Like a couple years ago, I was gonna go off grid. I don't want no TV, no phones, nothing. I feel like when you have watched TV or like I love my channel, but sometimes I just feel like one day just saying, thank you guys. If you want reads, hit me up. But I'm going in a new direction in my life. And the reason why I say that is because the TV, this don't mean nothing. I don't make no money off of YouTube. Okay. The only time I make money off of YouTube is my shorts. I don't care. I don't care about coming on here. The only reason I come on here is for you guys. But other than that, I don't even want to come on here anymore. Be honest, one day I know I'm gonna come on here and say, thank you guys for being a support, for loving me back. But I can't do this anymore. I cannot be on YouTube anymore. I want to go out there and help people, really help people. I mean, I'm helping people on YouTube and you guys are helping me, but I want to be out there helping people. And I want to get out of this mindset that I feel like in America, there's so much hate um, and there's hate amongst our own kind. Yeah, I want to move out this country too. Social media is toxic. It's very toxic, you guys. And sometimes I just want to like, if it wasn't for you guys, I would just leave this, not even do this anymore. I'm not making no money. Um I'm not making no money only on my shorts, and I do this because I feel like you guys are like my family, like literally. Um I don't have a lot of friends. I know this is a big illusion, and I don't want to be a part of this illusion anymore. And one day I will walk away. Um Somebody says I like watching movies, but seeing what the movies are now, yeah, everything is so dark. Everything's so dark. When you turn on the television, everything's dark. Everything's dark. And it seeps in you. It don't make you dark, right? Because you know your intentions are pure. But everything around you seems so dark. The people, um, yeah, you guys are like family to me. I don't have a lot of friends. I'm telling you, I do not have a lot of friends. And I'm keeping that 100 with you. I don't have friends. I probably have like 4 or 5 friends, and besides you guys, I have no friends. Seriously, my mom was like that. My dad was like that. Um, but yes, too much hate. We need more love, and I think like one day I'm going to unplug, and I have to do it for myself. Yeah, I seen this African woman today, and I know the economy, everything's bad right now, but there was a sadness. She was from Africa. There was a sadness to her. And it's like it seeped in her. Do you know what I mean? And when you're in survival mode, it's hard to even think forward, like what your next step's going to be. Like literally, when you're in survival mode on how you're going to pay your bills and stuff like that, you are like you can't think about nothing else but survival, and it's crazy. Okay? I don't care anymore. Like I really don't care. I'm to the point in my life, I'm in my 40s and I don't give two fucks. Long as I can pay my bills, I don't care about nothing else. And the material shit, I don't have. I mean, I rent a place, I have a car, it's paid off. But I don't care. I don't care. Um yeah, me and my sister, we never got along. I haven't talked to my sister since my dad died. Yeah, it's draining. Every time you turn on the news, it's something sad and depressing. Um, and it consumes you. And what happens is it gets in you and it seeps in you. It seeps in your bloodstream. It seeps in your skin. And I don't want to be a part of it. And family hating family. Where the hell are we at? Your family hating family. Um, People always hurting people. You know what I noticed? People that have the most pure souls. I'm talking about pure souls. That's why I believe people with disabilities, they can't they don't want to go in their physical body. I really believe that. I believe that they're outside their physical and they don't want to. They're the most because if you people with disabilities have a pure soul, right? So it's like their soul doesn't want to go inside the physical body or even experience what's going on in the physical body. My own sister, yeah, your own family hates you for no reason. You're like, and you didn't even do nothing to them. You don't even talk to them. You don't even talk to them, and they hate you. It's crazy. During COVID, I overheard the Dominican woman beg her family to send her money so she could go back. The sadness in her voice broke my heart. Yeah, people are going back to their home. People are going back. Remember, I said in the video, I said, you may have built a wall, but the same wall you built, the same wall y'all were like, go build the wall, go build the wall. You guys are going to be trying to climb over that motherfucker. I'm telling you. And guess what the people are going to tell you? They're still going to take you in because of the kindness that they have. I'd be like, shoot, you want me to build a wall? You ain't coming in. uh, oh my God. Dominican begging her family to send her money so she can go back. Yeah, like people are going back home. And like, I'm going to be going to Puerto Rico soon. I'm taking my dad home. And it's been years. I should have been took him home. Um, and I could have had somebody else take him home. But I needed it's something I have to do. Because he's cremated. And I would live in Puerto Rico, but it's so expensive because Puerto Rico is a United States territory. Puerto Ricans can't vote. They have no fucking rights. And I already see what's gonna happen in the future of Puerto Rico. They're gonna I think Puerto Rico, the biggest mistake they made was becoming the United States territory. And my dad probably wouldn't even be over here with me just saying that because he's an American citizen, but he's no longer here. But that was the biggest mistake. The reason why I say that is because look at Puerto Rico now. It's so expensive. It's just like you living in America, but you have no rights. You have no rights to vote. Vote. You can't even be in Congress. A Puerto Rican can't even be a representative in the House of Representatives for Puerto Rico. You can be a mayor and pretend, or a governor and pretend, but you can't sit in the Senate for your own people. What independence is that? That's not independence. That's not freedom. They're going to be independent one day. Mark my words. I see it. uh, yeah, Americans are going to be trying to get into Mexico. Y'all think I'm playing? Americans are going to be trying to get in Mexico, and they're the ones that say build the wall. For y'all ones that want the wall built, you're going to be trying to cross over to Mexico. And I hope them people give you grace. I really do. Because if I was them, I mean, I probably would give grace, but then again, I'd be like, shoot, why am I going to worry about them? They weren't worried about me. They let us starve. They let my children starve. They die being trafficked. You understand what I'm saying? But y'all going to be trying to climb over there. And it's bad over there now. Somebody says no grace. But I'm telling you, I see people trying to climb over that goddamn wall. And it's going to be American citizens. Somebody says no forgiveness. I don't know. That's up to them. That's their land. Okay. They do what they wanted. But I don't know. I mean, I have a good heart, but then again, I'm like, damn, y'all wanted the wall to be built, but Americans are gonna be trying to climb over the goddamn wall. Americans, white, Hispanic, black, all y'all are gonna be trying to climb over the wall. Hopefully I'm out of here by that time. I remember I was gonna go off grid 2 years ago, you guys. Something was telling me, and I think it was preparing me mentally for what the future. Remember, I said I had a dream about my grandchild. Okay. I had a dream about the grandchild that hasn't came in. Okay. I'm still gonna do that reading. Okay. At least with me, mad how they treat the Mexicans and Puerto Ricans. Puerto Ricans cannot listen to this. Puerto Rico is a United States territory. I know I've been on here for 2 hours, but I don't give two shits. Puerto Rico is American territory. My dad, it was born and raised in Puerto Rico. Okay. Born and raised. They thought at the time they came over here, they had a good life. They had a good life. Okay, they were poor, but they had a good life. Okay, they loved each other. There was no hate. They had food, even though they were poor. Um, it was a better life. They came over here, and my dad probably would still be alive if he was in Puerto Rico. I'm just saying. Okay. Who knows? Okay. You come over here, you got to work. Somebody says I want to move to Grenada. You know, I was thinking about moving, you guys. I was thinking about, I don't know why I've been drawn to Peru. I also been drawn to Honduras. I've been drawn to South America for some reason, especially Peru. Okay, I don't know why. Somebody says I want to move to Grenada. I heard Grenada is beautiful. I was thinking about Peru. Shit, I was even thinking about Mexico at one time. um, I don't know, South America. Isn't Honduras? Yes, Honduras is dangerous for women. But if you think about it, wherever you go, like all the places are dangerous for women. Anywhere you go, like it's dangerous. And it's because of the cartel. A lot of people are moving to Costa Rica. I looked at Costa Rica. I looked at all them countries. But then when I did that video on Malcolm, I should have said shit. Somebody says I wouldn't move to a third world country. Shoot, and then you have people that are moving to Asia. Asia, man, there's a lot of people going to Asia. A lot of black people. I see on TV all the time black fat black woman, black man moving to Thailand or Vietnam. The world's not safe for women, but you can't live in fear. Cannot live in fear. We've been living in fear all of our life. I'm not living in fear. I don't even care, you guys. I don't care. I worry about my children. If I could take all my children and me and my grandchildren today and leave America, I would. Zelly say I wouldn't. Why wouldn't you go leave America? Why wouldn't you leave America? America is a third world country. If you haven't tell, you can't tell. I don't know what else to tell you. Uh, it's becoming a third world country. America. If you guys can go anywhere and you can leave tomorrow, right? If you guys can leave tomorrow, where would you guys go? Comment below. Because I'm at 12%. Where would you guys go? If you can leave the United States, I'm not saying the United States is bad, but everything's getting so expensive. Everything's getting so expensive and it's so much corruption. I mean, there's corruption everywhere, but it's mentally and physically and spiritually, it's draining as fuck. That's why I don't watch news anymore. I don't really watch television because everything is always something. And you notice it's always one thing after another, one thing after another. It never stops. It just keeps coming and coming. And when will it stop? Somebody said they would leave for Grenada or Barbados. Greece, free student. Yeah, Greece, Spain, the Mediterranean. But I was watching something on the Mediterranean and they were like they have for how long? I'm saying for okay, if you can go anywhere right now and don't have to worry about money, where would you go? Right now, would you stay in America or would you leave? I think I would leave. Um, Somebody says it's the politics. It's everything, you guys. It's everything. Even the food. Like I know if I go, like my mom goes to Jamaica all the time. She walks everywhere. She's so healthy. The food is homegrown. It's grown. Like she knows what she's eating. Like here we have so much illnesses. Even my brother's dad, we called him Mutt. He lives in Jamaica. He lived to be like 80, 90 years old. My grandfather's 90. My grandfather just passed away, you guys. But he died here. Um, no, we never been this way. The food is horrible. It is really horrible. It's the food makes you tired. Food should not make you tired. When you eat food and you're tired, that's not normal. Food should give you energy. Energy. I love. If I love, I know most definitely I will come back one day. Just to be honest, so he's Zelly said he'll come back. Jamaica and Trinidad crime rate is high. It's everywhere. New beginnings. Thank you. Yeah, my grandfather passed away. You guys, he's the last one out of the older generation. Um, yeah, that's why. Okay, so Zell, that's what I think people are scared of. People are scared. Shit, I think I'm scared too to step out of like. Yeah, a lot of people are suffering from brain fog in the United States. You can't think straight. There's too much coming at you. You're like ducking and diving. Um, I think what is it is Zelly. I think you're scared because I was scared. I was scared too, but you can't live in fear. You got to go past the fear. You got to go past the fear for women and men. Because I think when you just or in America, even your thinking is tunnel vision, but when you travel, your mind becomes it expands because there's so much out there, so much you don't know, and you learn. You know what I mean? Yeah, fear of the unknown. Yeah, fear of the unknown. And that's like when I was going to do like off grid living. You guys, I'm not lying. I had all the money for the pop up, and I was going to go off grid. No television, barely no phone. I'm serious. And I was going to go off grid, and something was telling me in my spirit to go off grid because I think it was preparing me for the future. I'm serious. And I took the day the money, and I had all the money that day for the RV, and I told her I hesitated, and I think I hesitated out of fear. I'm telling you, I know I hesitated out of fear because I told her I'll come back with the rest of the money, and then I told her I didn't want to get it, and that hesitation was out of fear because I've been through shit. I've been through a lot of shit in my life. So what do I have to fear? I have nothing to fear. I have nothing to fear. I mean, I've been through it all. So what do I have to fear? There's nothing for me to fear. Um, it's not that you have to trust people. You just have to be aware, like know what's going on. Okay, have awareness. Okay, if you have awareness, then you know what's going on. If there's traffic going on in front of you on a beach, you know what's going on because you have awareness and you know how to maneuver. You know what I mean? You don't got. And the thing is, they know when you're not from there. You understand what I'm saying? They know. It's like they can smell it or something. Um, I don't trust people, so I'm scared as well, but I'm still going to make that step. Yes, we got to, guys. We got to step out of that fear. That was holding me back was my fear, and I have no fear because I'm ready to like make that next step. I'm tired of paying bills. Um, I just want to make sure that I'm comfortable, that I can wherever I stay, lay my head, I can pay. I have enough where I can get food that I can eat, know what I'm eating. What else? That's it. And I would want to take all my kids and grandchildren with me. Um, because I think what fear stops us from doing a lot of things, my friends. Um, you don't have to trust people. What's they said it best? Don't trust nobody. It don't mean that you can't communicate with people, learn about people. Um, So you gotta step out of fear, because what are you scared of? That's what I asked myself. What was I scared of? I could survive. I grew up in the country. I grew up fishing, hunting, all that stuff. I'll make it. Um, but it also is gonna make me spiritually strong, mentally strong, knowing how to survive off the land. Okay, because you got, if you're out here surviving off the government, if the government tells you you gotta get in line to get food, you're gonna get in the goddamn line to get food. I'm not getting in that motherfucking line. I'm getting the fuck up out of here before that shit happens. Okay, because I'm telling you, it's going to happen. I've seen the future. Okay, now I'm saying it will get better, but it's going to get better, but there is going to be some struggles. Okay, there's going to be some struggles. Okay, times is changing. AI is taking over everything. Okay, AI. Okay, they already have the face recognition. I told y'all that. The thing was scanning my goddamn eyes. I believe COVID was because of the face recognition. The thing was scanning your eyes during COVID. Okay, I'm just saying. But I'm ending this. Thank you guys so much. I've been on here for a long time. My phone's gonna die. Fear of the unknown. A lot of people suffer from brain fogs. Yeah, brain fogs, immune disorders, direct energy attacks. uh, so I'm gonna let you guys go. This is Jennifer Felix. We'll talk more about this, you guys, on other videos. Okay, you guys. All right, you guys have a blessed one. Thank you, New Beginnings. Thank you, Mango. Thank you, Zell. Zell said he'll leave, but he'll come back. Thank you, Junior. He said he coming back. He's a black man. He coming back. Maybe we'll talk about we'll have some black men on here talk about um and black women, and like we'll talk about, I think it's a kind of a curse. I really strongly believe it's a curse on black people. And we need to break this curse, because I really believe it's a curse. Generational curse. And I'll talk more about it. Okay, you guys. All right. Thank you guys so much. It's Jennifer Phillips. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.